Hey guys, welcome to Z's Comics, movies, TV, and more, whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Episode 8, Volume 2, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Episode
Something
8,
like
Volume
that.
2 of the new year. We got quite a bit of stuff to talk about today. So we're just going to hit the ground running.
Yes.
Let me see. For the Masters of the Universe movie, Ram Man and somebody named Susie. Is Susie just like a new like movie character? I don't remember a Susie from
Susie either.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Ram Man is going to be portrayed by John Zhu Zhang from The Gentleman, and Susie is going to be Sashir Zamata from Agatha All Along. Now, I have not watched either one.
I've seen The Gentleman.
You've seen The Gentleman?
I liked it. Yeah, it's a good movie.
So, do you know who he is?
I can't picture his face right now.
Okay,
but everyone in that movie did pretty good.
So you're okay with this guy playing Ram Man? Honestly, I don't even remember Ram Man from Masters of the Universe. Sorry, they have so many off the wall characters and all that stuff. So
it's
the 80s, man. So yeah,
80s, bro.
I'm like, which one was he again? I'm pretty sure he's the one that's gonna look like a ram, but then there's this other one that looks like a ram that I'm thinking of. Because
I don't know, he had, from the photo that I was seeing, because they also, like, the one that I was looking at, they also had a photo of the character. He had this like weird helmet almost.
All right, we're
kind of like a juggernauty looking guy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go and search for this so that way we can show what's going on right there. All right. Moving on. In very like enlightening news, apparently Street Fighter is getting a movie.
Yes, evidently.
That's supposed to come out March 20th of 2026. So we're pretty close. All right, within 1 year.
Yes.
I did not know that this movie was getting made at all, but apparently it's far enough along to have a director announced. Now this guy, what's his name? Kitao Sakurai is a frequent collaborator on the Eric Andre show, but also more
recently,
more recently, I guess. To lend a bit of credence to him, he also directed several of season 1 of Twisted Metal episodes. Yes. So, like,
he has experience bringing the video games to life
in a good adaptation. All right, like I know the Twisted Metal series. Season 1 was like way off in certain areas. Like it combined a lot of different pieces from a lot of the different lores of Twisted Metal. But it was a fun adaptation that I'm excited to see where it goes next, because all right, we had Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
The movie, the recent movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Didn't even show the tournament.
I know.
Twisted Metal didn't even show the tournament, but I loved it. All right. Anthony Mackie, Stephanie Beatrice. I friggin' loved all of it. Okay. Season 2. Oh my gosh. We got the tournament going on, and apparently there's some soul stealing and stuff heading out there as well. But yeah,
which
this
souls
guy,
we talking about?
Like Calypso steals souls. Like he, we were talking about Mortal Kombat. He's basically Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. Okay. But yeah, Kitao Sakurai is going to be directing the new Street Fighter movie, and we're stoked. All right, our boy Ryu, our girl Chun-Li,
however you want to say it.
I thought it was Ryu.
It is Ryu, but I'm just saying, like the old that old like little tidbit about the movie, how I forget the guy's name, but he's like real famous, especially amongst like Hispanics, the Latinos, because he was in that movie Blood In, Blood Out, and
Mark Dacascos. I don't know.
But I forget his name. I'm sorry, but he played Ken in the Street Fighter movie, and it's like part of the movie behind the scenes where the director actually kept telling him, "Bro, it's Ryu," but he kept forgetting. So that's why in the movie Ken calls Ryu, and thus promoting everyone's mispronunciation of Ryu. I'm not gonna lie, I say Ryu a lot too, even like I know it's Ryu, but I think that's kind of become part of the Street Fighter funness of
pretty much. So okay, I'm
fans.
gonna talk about that movie a little bit. I'm sorry guys, I gotta go off on a tangent.
I love
that movie. Okay, the cast is stacked. Okay,
Yes.
the cast is stacked. The entire script just feels like some weird fever dream. All right, you got freaking Adam Gomez, you got Gomez Adams.
Yes.
All right, as General M. Bison, and he's paying everybody with bison bucks. And it's so friggin' off the wall. You have Chun-Li being played by a Disney princess who is also a Star Wars assassin, who is also a Agents of Shield like super spy. Okay. Like she went on to do like fantastic stuff. She's amazing. And then you have Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes. Van Damme as an American.
Van Damme as an American.
Not even trying.
With his accent.
Not even trying.
Right? He's not even trying, all right? Accent. He basically just did the same thing that Sean Connery did in Highlander. He's like, I'm Sean Connery. I'm Spanish. I'm Spanish. That is my terrible Scottish accent. Okay, I am so sorry that you had to experience that.
That movie gets bashed, but it is a great movie.
It's so much fun to watch. Okay, it's not like the Mario movie.
Yeah,
like if you watch the Mario movie now, it's not that fun.
Yeah,
like there's some fun parts. But the Street Fighter movie is just gas from start to finish.
That's why,
and it's like it's the perfect drunk movie.
To this day. It is why if a problem is going on every now and then, if it's not that big of a problem, I'll just be like, change the channel.
I forgot about that part.
The quotes in there are just tremendous.
Oh yeah,
and especially one of the greatest like, one of the greatest.
Arsenio Hall in there too?
I believe so. Yeah, for a little bit. But like also one of the greatest like sort of villain moments ever, the greatest nonchalant villain moment ever, after the lady just pours her heart, her soul into showing this is why I'm coming after you, and he just replies with
just another Tuesday. Dude, I think that's just like the he was so good in that role. Okay, like I can't even like he elevated it.
And I think that was one of the movies. Raul. It is. I forget his name. Raul Julia. Yeah, and I think that was one. I think that was one of the moments where it was where an actor only did it because he knew his kids loved it.
Yeah, well, so that actually goes on for. So Raul Julia was suffering from I want to say pancreatic cancer. He was suffering from one of the cancer. It might have been stomach, it might have been pancreatic, but like this dude was going through it while filming all of his scenes, and he knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
He like. Tremendous. Every single one of his scenes were gold, okay? I mean, he turned crap into gold. He really did.
Yes.
And the entire reason for it is because he wanted to leave something cool for his kids behind because they loved the games. And he wanted to be in it.
And I think it was kind of like, I know Paul Rudd one time has said, like, oh yes, part of the reason he did Ant-Man is because he's only ever done before that. He only really did movies that his kids really should never watch.
Right.
And I know
then Friends.
Raul Julia was always like a bad guy, like had always been pretty much a bad guy, but he was like, besides for like the Addams Family, it was like, he was a bad guy in his movies. Yeah. So it's like, maybe I should do just a little bit more stuff to...
So okay,
but yeah,
we went off on that tangent right there just because it's such a good movie.
It's a great example of how we say here, is it a good movie? No.
Yeah,
but the
rewatchability, okay?
Which is what we care about.
Yes.
Makes it a great movie.
Yeah. So yeah, I really got to get into that mindset of saying that on stream on our videos. It's not a good movie.
Yeah.
But we can watch it over and over and over.
Tremendous.
Yeah, dude, I can watch that over and over. It's so
That's why my boy Zangief.
So fun.
So excited.
Zangief. He's good guy? No, he's bad guy. All right. So moving on. Getting back to the script.
Back to our outline.
Early reports are saying that DC's Clayface is going to be a horror story, and possibly it's possibly going to follow a B-list actor who wants to stay relevant. So he injects himself with this serum, and then it basically turns into like this body horror type of film where he discovers that he can, he can mold himself like clay.
Yeah.
Nothing else is said about the setting or anything like that. Whether or not it's going to actually be in Gotham or like if Batman's going to show up. Nothing is known about that aside from possible directors that we talked about last time and Alan Tudyk reprising his role as Clayface from the Harley Quinn comedy animated series.
Yes.
But this one
said this man is Clayface about all media.
So like. I'm just a fan of Alan Tudyk in general. Okay, I've yet to see him in anything bad, and seeing him as a bad guy is always fun. Did you ever see Dollhouse? Joss Whedon's Dollhouse. I know that name I know the Joss Whedon name kind of gets a little bad rap these days. But
I have.
All right, so he plays one of the big bads in there, but he is one of the big bads that's like, he's happy-go-lucky about it. Like he'll kill you, but he's gonna smile the entire way. If anything, this dude should be the new Joker because of that role in Dollhouse. I mean, even the one with Eliza Dushku.
Even without seeing it, it's just like, it's Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay. I don't care.
Like
they could pick him to be Bane, and I'd be like,
actually,
somehow
you know what? He is also the Joker in the Harley Quinn TV show. I would like to see him take on the live action role.
He could take that disdain, that hatred of putting that down payment on that electric car.
Where the hell's my electric car, Bruce? but yeah, so like I'm super excited about this movie just because it's another Alan Tudyk vehicle.
Alan Tudyk,
my
guy.
That's the main reason why I liked Moana 2. Okay, we got more Alan Tudyk. All right, that's the only reason why I liked it like almost as much as the first one.
He's part of the reason why I really wished that DC show with Vanessa Hudgens did not get canceled.
Oh my god, Powerless? Yes.
That was a good one.
That was such a good show. He was so great in that role.
Yes, the whole sir, you fired every single assistant before me. No, not the last one. Piece of debris fell on him. I like to think that was God firing him. It's like, bro.
But yeah, so we'll see. Well, any more news coming up from the Clayface camp, we'll go ahead and let you know. Moving on. Apparently, Thunderbolts is bringing back the OG Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. But, big caveat, she's not going to be on screen.
Behind the scenes.
She's going to be playing a huge role
behind the web.
Exactly. Behind the web?
Black Widow. She's got webs.
Webs get stuck. Scenes keep going.
Yeah, but she's behind the webs.
I guess
she's she-lobbing it. She got the webs up, but then she's
okay.
a big spider.
Big spider.
Yes.
Okay. We were talking about two different franchises, and it took me a second to switch gears. But yeah, Thunderbolts is bringing her back as an executive producer behind the scenes, and supposedly she's had some pretty big input about how White Widow or Yelena is popping off. So hopefully, I'm super excited about this movie.
I mean, I said, the trailer that was released got me more excited than I was. Like previously, I was like maybe a 5. I was in the middle. Now I'm saying I'm a solid 7. Like the excitement is there.
Oh yeah,
it looks interesting.
Like my excitement level probably about a 7, maybe an 8.
Maybe a tad bit
right?
more. Possibly.
But I'm going to be real with you. I was not excited for Captain America.
I was not excited for Captain America.
But it was damn good. It blew my expectations out of the water. I'm hoping that this one does as well. So I don't think they've had as many reshoots for Thunderbolts as they did with Cap. Because I think they had like 6 for Cap.
Sure. I know Cap had a lot.
Cap had a lot. But this one, I want to say had at least 2. So we'll as soon as it comes out, man, we're going to review that one too.
Yes.
That about does it for our movies. Am I missing anything for movies this week?
No, I think movie-wise we did.
Movie-wise was pretty light this week. Yeah. All right, moving on to the TV and streaming world. Alan Ritchson of Jack Reacher fame and Aquaman fame. All right, he started off with Aquaman first.
He did.
Right? We were fans of him before he took off. All right, we're going to be the hipsters.
Sort of. He was Aquaman.
He was again with the Aquaman hate. If you've been watching our comic reviews about the Aquaman series, you're gonna understand that.
But he did look. He
looked like Aquaman. All right, he was
a
good.
pretty cool looking Aquaman.
Yeah, he looked like Aquaman.
For a bit there, Young Thunder was all like, "Could Aquaman be cool?"
And it was all because of Alan Ritchson. And then Robot Chicken turned us against him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alan Ritchson gives an update to the rumors about a Blue Mountain State season 4 popping off, saying that they want to do it, they're gonna do it, but they're trying to fit it into his filming schedule.
Yes.
And that dude has a stacked filming schedule for like the next year and a half.
Freaking wild.
Yeah, like he's signed on for 2 movies that I don't even know of. So I know he signed on for 2 movies. It was huge because they were with like MGM and I want to say one of Disney's like subsidiaries. But like no information is known about what he signed on for. So, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But the Blue Mountain State season 4 thing, we've been hoping for that for like, 10 years?
It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from there.
I know. Like, are they going to be the coaches? Especially since in Rise of Thad, he faked his death.
Are they going to acknowledge the rise of Thad, or is it just going to be like, nah, that didn't happen? And
maybe,
they just go.
Maybe they were all so wasted off of whatever, like
trip. It was a trip.
So like it was like this crazy trip because he said that the whole eastern seaboard was dry, right?
Yeah,
like they somehow obtained all of the drugs for the eastern seaboard for that party, for that 2-week long party over at the Roadhouse.
I don't remember too much of that movie just because, like, honestly, it was a little bit of like a letdown to me. But like, all I remember is
it wasn't as good as the
faking his death.
It wasn't as good as the show, but it was still pretty fun.
It was like, it's one of those where I'm all like, okay, I'm pretty happy that I watched it because it was another Blue Mountain State thing. But I don't ever feel the need to watch it again. Like once I rewatched the series, like I've rewatched the series a few times, and once season 3 ends, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm still gonna watch it after I'm done with season 3, just because completionist. Let me see. So moving on to the MCU Disney Plus news. Apparently, there has been discussions going on about recasting Elektra, but there's also reports going on. And they're coming out of pretty much the same people.
Yes.
So I don't know who to listen to. So like one side is saying that they're recasting Elektra, which is a mistake in my opinion. And another is saying that Elodie Young, the Netflix Daredevil's Elektra, is still in the role, and she's going to pop up either in season 1 or season 2. I would love Elodie Young to come back as Elektra. She was great, I thought. Okay, and for some reason, a lot of people didn't like her, and I don't know why. I don't.
The Netflix shows got a lot of hate for like reasons that I don't entirely agree with.
Like I know the Iron Fist series got a lot of hate. I understand that one though because
season 1, I understand the big hate.
Season 2 was good. They fixed a lot of the problems with season 2. Mainly like how he fights.
Yes.
Like
and his attitude.
Yeah. That was a pretty good.
Season 1 they Oliver Queened him from Arrow, where it was like,
it was like, too much Arrow, too much DC.
You're too serious. Come on.
That's why I think Iron Fist 1 is the weakest part.
Yes.
But Iron Fist 2 he gets a little bit better, and then his cameo in Luke Cage 2 in Luke Cage season 2. That right there was like straight up comic Danny, and I loved it. Like the Zen kind of like happy-go-lucky, he's loose goosey kind of thing. I want to see more of that. I would love to have seen a season 3 with that Danny. You know what I mean? So so them keeping as many of the Netflix stars as they can, I think is a good thing.
Yes, established already.
Yes,
bring them back.
Yep, exactly. Like you said, they're already established. We want to bring them back. We want to see them do better. You know what I mean? All right, and let me see. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man news. Apparently, we're going to get Gwen Stacy in season 2 and Spider-Gwen in season 2. And as you can see right there, she kind of looks like punk rocker-ish, right?
Looks kind of strange.
Oh, no, I was going to put the little thing
I know,
right there.
It's there, but then there's this one, too.
Oh, yeah, the Absolute Carnage one, the Carnage one. But yeah, she looks like straight-up punk rocker-ish, and apparently she's going to be the other Spider person from Norman Osborn's, like I don't know, influence? I don't know. I still need to watch the show to see how that's playing out.
I've started watching it, but I'm not there yet, so, but we'll see, yeah.
All right. And this one's kind of long, okay? The new Avatar series is going to be called Seven Havens. And here is what has been shared about it. All right? Set in a world shattered by a devastating cataclysm. A young earthbender discovers she's the new Avatar after Korra, but in this new era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer and not its savior. Hunted by both human and spirits alike, she and her long-lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins and save the Seven Havens before civilization's last strongholds collapses. What could all this mean for Korra's legacy?
Exactly.
I mean, like, okay.
I'm missing all the memes of the Korra Rangers.
So, okay. Korra forcibly put together the spirit and the human realm again.
Yes.
Okay? And like she didn't consult any spiritual guides. She just said, you know what, this is what needs to happen. One person deciding what's good for the entire world. I'm pretty sure she's the direct cause of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many people's faces do you think are stolen because the face stealer cannot?
Exactly. Does Ko have his own like section of the world where he's just like, I'm just gonna have everybody's face, or does Wan Shi Tong's library just it exists? The little foxes go out and get more information, but nobody can access it. Otherwise, they get eaten by a giant owl. What is going on with the spirits and the humans in here? And not only that, but because of what Korra did, people are pissed. But the spirits, just as pissed, I would think,
I would think so too.
I mean, like, at this point, the only one that the new Avatar can talk to is Korra.
It's her.
Yeah.
Yes. Which
we gotta be able to get at least the spiritual version of Toph in there, because by this time they should already have been passed on. And Iroh, maybe what's his name? Oh my gosh, Zuko.
Zuko, my boy.
Yeah,
he was still alive.
I mean, like,
voiced his own grandson.
He did voice his own grandson, Dante Bosco, for the win. But yeah, like, are we gonna get like spirit forms of previous allies to the Avatar? We don't know. The design team is working pretty hard. It kept the design from Korra, so the world kind of still has that same design.
Yes.
A little bit more polished up from the original Avatar series, but also the newest Avatar is disabled. She is missing a leg. She has a
bionic leg?
No, it's not bionic. It's straight up just a.
You think
it's that one that runners use?
Oh, Blade. She's basically a Blade Runner.
I guess. Is that what they're called? It seems kind of derogatory.
I've heard. I know it's straight, but I've heard it called that before.
Okay, so it kind of looks like a mix between that and Hiccups from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh.
So it kind of looks like a mix of that.
What would be interesting? What if once she starts learning earthbending, rock leg?
That would be kind of cool. I mean, was Korra the metal bender? Korra metal bent, right?
I can't remember.
Like, not as good as everybody else, but she did it.
I can't really remember too much about Korra. Not that I didn't like. Not that I know we kind of dogging on Korra a little bit, but I'm not like as big a Korra hater as a lot of people are on the internet. We're just saying, like, come on, she did mess up quite a bit. She
messed up on a global scale rather than Aang's like, I accidentally set this town on fire. And like Aang had his problems, right? He set towns on fire on accident, but still, like, she like set the world on fire on accident. Yes. But yeah.
One thing that I'm also wondering about that I kind of
go big or
got the wheels turning right now is this new Avatar is a twin.
So you're thinking about Rava and the other one too, right?
Bro.
So me and Bob actually. Oh, see that's what did that turn off?
No, we're still going over here.
No, this turned off.
It turned off? Wow, really?
Yeah,
it's wild.
What's weird? So no, like me and Bob, we talked about this quite a bit. Like, what if the next one is going to be Avatar? Like, what if the next Avatar is going to be split into twins, and one is going to have Rava and all the previous powers, and the other is just like, just filled with hate or whatever. So, or according to like early reports and stuff, one is going to have the Avatar's abilities, like the physical abilities, but the other is going to have the spiritual abilities. And so I don't know if that's still the case or not, but I'm super excited about this series.
I know it raises so many possibilities. What if we get some fusion action?
That would be kind of funny. All right, now we're turning it into Dragon Ball. We'll see how that goes.
The possibilities. That's all I'm saying. Possibilities. We get new show, new movies coming out.
Oh my gosh! So I still haven't heard anything about the new movies.
Neither have I. Said so. Like,
man, it messed up again. Maybe I have to charge that.
Maybe there is there's a thing there.
Yeah, maybe I have to charge.
Probably talk a little bit louder then. Yeah. Move this over here. All right.
All right.
Sorry on the podcast, people, if the volume, if the audio is a bit shaky. We're sorry. It's a bit
Yeah,
bad.
this is what attempt number 3. We're still figuring stuff out on our podcast.
Figuring stuff out.
But yeah, so that about sums up all the Avatar news. We still don't know anything about the movies yet, aside from they're going to start coming out next year towards the fall.
Yes.
Moving on to video games and gaming in general, Ubisoft announces Siege X, the biggest transformation in Rainbow Six Siege history, and we don't know anything else about it. That is all they've said. More information coming in March. I don't even know when in March, but you'll know as soon as we do. Let me see. Ubisoft also... Ubisoft does Rainbow Six and Call of Duty?
Maybe now? I can't remember. I never really played Rainbow Six, honestly.
I played Rainbow Six 2 Vegas, and that was pretty cool. But that was like way long ago, like when it first came out. But yeah, so the TMNT crossover with Call of Duty has been set at a price tag of approximately $90 worth of Call of Duty points.
Yeah. And
everybody is pissed because $90 for reskins and what even is in there, and I'm kind of with the community on this one.
Like, I do know 2 people that have already bought it. 2 of my buddies have bought. Well,
did they say it was worth it?
I don't know. I didn't ask them. I should ask them, but I just know that my buddy Juan bought.
Juan of those Mexicans
bought Mikey, and then Zane bought Wrath.
So they didn't even buy the whole thing. They just bought like 2, like a turtle a piece.
I guess, yeah. But at the end of the day, bro, like, come on, you just gotta think. Sometimes you just want your character.
I guess, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if one of them is $40, you might as well buy the rest of them. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I'm just kind of like freaking out on this price tag here.
That's a lot.
Just because. Like, dude, they pay for the game, they pay for the online service, and then now they're paying like all this stuff. I'm not a fan of microtransactions.
Oh, bro, neither am I. Yes,
I'm just not a fan of it. But I think that's the millennial in me saying, if I buy a game, I should buy the whole damn game. You know what I mean?
That's what
like unlocking stuff like in the old days with Mortal Kombat and all that. Yes,
that was cool. But it was already in the game.
Exactly. Like, I didn't have to buy more stuff.
You had to do a certain thing to do it. You know, it's kind of like
I'm old.
It's kind of like this one meme that I saw earlier where they took that scene from The Founder with Michael Keaton when he goes to McDonald's for the first time and he gets his burger real fast, but he did a thing where but they made it to where he was like, "What's this?" He's like, "It's your game." Goes, but I haven't downloaded it, and they're like, "No, see, you put it in." And you play it whenever you want, and you already got everything there. And it was like an old PS2 game or whatever. He was like, "Huh, strange."
Yeah, so I'm old, man. So that's how I feel about those types of games.
Nah, bro, you're only like mid-30s.
I'm 35.
That's fine. That's mid-30s.
Yeah, I'm 35.
That's
I'm
okay.
old.
I'm 26.
In terms of video games, I'm old.
Oh, video games, yes.
All right, let me see. Moving on, the Marvel Rivals director and entire Seattle design team were let go from NetEase this past week, and all they have to say is, "Don't worry about the game. We got this." Very, very worried. The entire community dedicated to Marvel Rivals is worried. No word yet on why it happened, because
from a few groups that I've been in, like a few people have been saying how like he kind of gets it to where like, okay, they've had the big launch, they have the basic design for everything, like the characters and all that down. So the way they were explaining is like, okay,
too many cooks in the kitchen,
kind of down, like you don't really need to keep all those people on. But the way that this person was explaining it in that group was, it's strange of like that they centered it in one spot that all the layoffs came over. That was the strange thing from him, because like the way, like I probably didn't explain it as well as they did, but it was just like, okay, like I saw where they're coming from, but that's just what I was hearing.
That kind of makes sense, I guess. Like you if you're a good company, you like stack the deck so that way your launch goes smoothly. And from from everything that we've seen, it did go. It did a lot better than anybody was predicting, and that might have been because of how of their multiple offices and stuff. But man, I think with all these new announcements and everything, new seasons coming out, new characters, they should still keep at least a little bit of more hands on deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because isn't there supposed to be a new character drop in a couple weeks?
I don't know.
Or
I know
rest of the Fantastic Four, right?
Fantastic Four. Well, Fantastic Four. Well, Johnny and Ben came out this past week.
Okay, so they
Friday.
finished them. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that was okay. That
but I do
could
know.
explain it.
But I think I do remember us saying how we saw that they said they wanted to do like 2 new characters every like season, every couple months or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's not like they're just gonna stop.
That is true. All right. Also, in the world of, you know what? I'm going to put all the video games together, and then we'll talk about the tabletop stuff.
The video games.
The video games. Video games. All right. Now, in Pokemon news, there's a memo that got leaked.
Memo.
Memo?
Memo. Didn't you get that memo?
Hey, you get that thing I sent you? There's a memo that got leaked, apparently confirming re-releases of at least a dozen video games from the Game Boy to Game Boy Advance era. Pokemon Memories, as early reports are calling one of them, and Pokemon Reminiscence. Each one is going to be having basically one of them is going to have red, all the red ones, and one of them is going to have all the blue ones. So going on to, I believe, the Hoenn region, but not only that, they're going to have the third game of each generation in there as well. So Pokemon Red, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Blue, and Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, Ruby, all that stuff supposedly is going to be in these games. And each one is going to have a like version specific. So like I said, like one of them is going to be red based, one of them is going to be blue based, but they're all apparently going to have a code that is going to get you the third game in each series.
Oh.
So as far as physical copies, that's pretty cool, but a lot of people are pissed, and here's why. We already have an emulator on the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be ported over to the Nintendo Switch 2. Basically, if you download this emulator with your Pokemon Online or with your Nintendo Online subscription, you can play a bunch of Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy games, all this stuff, right? Retro stuff.
Yes.
It's one of the reasons why Nintendo went so hard against all these emulators online, which, you know, not cool because like we didn't have access to them at all.
Yes.
But you know, it is what it is. And this time, people are pissed because why not put them on the emulators? You know what I mean? Why not put them on? We're going to be paying $60 to $70 for all of these retro games, and it's Pokemon. People are going to buy it. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to buy it too. But at the same time, I'm pissed because I'm already paying for the Nintendo online stuff.
Yes.
And like, why can't you re-release Zelda and stuff? Like, what's the difference between all these Zelda releases on the Game Boy Advance and then not the Pokemon one? You know what I mean? Because I would like a physical copy of some of the Zelda stuff. I'm glad that I don't have to pay for it, but like now I'm gonna have to pay for Pokemon, even though like. Come on, man. Just put it on emulators. Or, you know, we'll just, you know, have the Pirates of the Caribbean thing going on in my head right now.
Back to the early O's.
Oh, yeah. Back to the early.
Pirate Bay's coming out.
No, Pirate Bay is gone now.
Yeah.
Pirate Bay was gone now. But like, I'm talking like, you know, online pirate emulators and stuff. But, you know, I'm always scared about giving my computer like computer aids or whatever whenever I go to an unsafe site.
Yeah, that was a thing.
I remember LimeWire. I accidentally downloaded some stuff when I was trying to download a MCR album. We do not condone pirating or anything. Wink, wink.
Especially since it is always tender with me the fact that is the reason why we will never get a Kick-Ass 3.
Yeah, that's that
most pirated movie ever.
That's strange though, because it wasn't even that good. Like it was good,
but
it wasn't that good. Though.
I know it wasn't. You know what I mean? But I still wanted the third one.
I don't think it was that good to illegally download it. You know what I mean?
See, I think it was one of those things where where people may have just been hearing like, hey, let me put it this way. I think it was the Times version of just wait for streaming.
Oh, okay.
So many people would come around and be like, you know what? Just wait for it to hit streaming. So people waited for streaming.
Gotcha.
Back
Okay.
then, some bro probably went up to another bro and was like, you know what, bro? Just use the site. So I think that's what happened.
Yeah, probably. Let me see. Keeping in with Nintendo news, the Nintendo Gold Points system is set to be discontinued March 25th. Although I did hear that you will be able to use whatever points you do have up to a year after the closure, after the discontinuation.
Yeah, so you can still earn, I think it said you can still earn more points and all that too. Like if you pre-order stuff, even for a game that's supposed to, like, for instance, I don't think I shared this, but no smoking in the Skull Cave, please. Phantom. Phantom is getting a new game that pre-order. Yeah, on the Switch. Ooh. I can't believe I didn't send it. I have a picture of it and everything.
Is it a fighting game, or is it like?
It looks like it kind of looks like the Scott Pilgrim game. You know, it's like it's kind of like arcadey like that and everything.
That's kind of cool.
And you can pre-order it. It's available on the Switch and PlayStation 5, but if you pre-order it, and if you pre-order it, there's like a collector's edition where you get like a cool pin, map, and stuff like that. Yeah. But anyways, that game is supposed to, I think, release after the like cutoff date of it. But they were even saying, like in the article that I read about this, about the gold points going away, is even if you as long as you pre-order it before that,
you'll still
you earn the points on it. You earn the points.
Okay.
So, and a few other like, you know, not really nitpicky things, but stuff where it's all like, okay, yeah, you will earn the points. You will not get them right away, like until like you still have to wait for the game to come out, because they were like, if you like buy the game, if you pre-order the game, we don't want you to just like, oh, I did it for the gold coins, and then I'm just gonna cancel my order. So yeah, but like that's how they're saying it is. You can still like pre-order games even if it comes out past the deadline. You're still gonna get all of them.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Like I'm still kind of iffy on like why they're discontinued. Yeah. They didn't give an issue.
No reason
whatsoever aside from we can. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know, at least they're honoring the pre-orders and stuff. Moving on, Hasbro has signed a deal with game developer Saber Interactive. You may know the name from the recent Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 release. So Space Marines? Yeah, Space Marines.
Yeah, that's right.
Did I say that wrong?
No, I said sometimes I just repeat a little bit of the stuff you say.
I was like, I swear I said Space Marine. No, so this is coming after a bunch of leaked memos saying that Hasbro is going to be trying to do more IP recognition than physical copies or physical anything, and so it also had a possibility of a AAA game being produced from Hasbro. And this apparently is going to lead to a Rangers game, a Power Rangers game. That one has not been 100% confirmed. So that one's still kind of a rumor, but from everything that has been leaked and from all of like the stuff being going around on the internet, it's looking likely that we're going to get a AAA Power Ranger video game.
Nice.
What era? I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Either way.
Set it in Prime.
I'd for it either way.
I'm right there, especially if you can control Zords.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The amount of time I spent playing the Time Force video game on the PlayStation 1.
I never played that one.
I liked it so much.
Yeah, I never played that one. There was a video game fighting series that came out. No, it wasn't even a series. It was just one video game. It was on Sega and Super Nintendo. Came out like right after the movie, or the original Power Rangers movie, and it was a Tekken style fighting game, Mortal Kombat style fighting game between Rangers. And every now and then you could, like, if you got far enough, you would start controlling the Zords.
Yes,
and you had like all types of different Zords. It had at the time it had the Megazord, Dragon Zord, and the Thunder Megazord, the Lion one, and the Ninjas. and the ninja ones too. And then you had the ninja with the falcon on the back. So that was pretty cool. And then the Shogun one was so cool. But yeah,
I wonder if, depending on what time they decide to go with in this, I wonder if we'll have to balance skipping school. They'll be like, no, you're getting 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like,
so,
oh,
like how in depth are they going to get with this? Okay, so I don't know.
It's like, come on, bro. Sure, I get it. It was the 90s. There wasn't as much oversight, but like still, kids were skipping school, bro.
Yeah, they were.
There's no way they got a good education.
That's why I'm saying set it in the Prime universe. You don't have, they're all in college or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But even then, you can't.
I mean, like, if they're smart enough,
you're actually paying to go to school at college.
If they're smart enough, they're fine.
I think they'd like. I would need there to be at least one line where they're all like, "Look, guys, for this first, all right, look, guys, I'm back in the semester. I can't I'm gonna be shaky on my time with the Rangers for the first 2 weeks. That's when the official attendance sheet is locked, and I can afford to miss a little bit after that.
Just just shoot the putty guys, all right? Just shoot the putty guys.
Just shoot them. Come back.
You'll be fine. We'll be fine. So moving on to physical games.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Magic the Gathering.
Tabletop stuff.
Last week, the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set got spoiled for like a bunch of the commander decks and whatnot, but also the pre-orders went live, and people are going nuts. Now, I'm not even saying people are going nuts right now. I'm saying that the scalpers are going nuts because a collector's edition booster box is going for about $1,200 right now. It's insane. I am trying to order
Scalpers.
these. Yeah, freaking scalpers. Okay, but it's more than that. It's the price themselves is about 1.45 over what is normal for booster box bundles, all that stuff. The prices. For the base prices that your comic shop or your local game shop is going to pay just drastically increased. Okay, and it's because it's a specialty set. It's not going to be reprinted. It's almost like Fallout, but Fallout wasn't even this expensive.
It makes me scared a little bit, and I don't even really play Magic that much. I've just bought a few sets, like the Lord of the Rings set.
Oh, he's getting more.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, like, I bought those. I want to buy a few of the Spider-Man ones just because it's Spider-Man. And then we'll talk about this next one in a little bit, but it kind of makes me a bit scared because I'm all like, okay, they're doing this for Final Fantasy with how big of a fan base it has. May they possibly do this for any of these other ones that are coming up?
Right, like is this just going to be the new normal?
Yeah.
Because Aether Drift, the set that released just a few weeks, it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, Aether Drift was more expensive. Just like at the distributor level, okay? Not as much as this, but damn, man, it was more expensive. So, like, if you've seen an increase in your LGS's prices, straight up, it's from the distributor. And that's what's happening here. Like, oh my gosh, it's almost $700 for the collector commander sets, and that's like that is our normal markup, okay? And when I mean markup, I mean like you buy it for cost, and then every single store has a markup. They got to pay the bills, right? The markup is for the bills, and try to make a little bit of profit. If like it's almost $700 just our normal markup. Okay, this is the same percentage that we use for everything associated with that. Okay. It's nuts. So yeah, it's Final Fantasy. If you can get your hands on one of these, I highly recommend it. Like if it's not going to break your bank, if you're not going to be, like not even be able to afford ramen, I would recommend picking them up just because of how crazy things are going right now on that one. So moving on to the next MTG news. Later this later this year, we're getting another Universes Beyond. I'm not talking about the Spider-Man one because no new information has popped up about that. But there was an untitled release for November
Yes.
That has now
Preach
been established of what it is.
Give it to him.
Okay. To coincide with an anniversary
Yes.
of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the new Universes Beyond set is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Right? It might not even be Avatar: The Last Airbender. It might just be the world of Avatar in general. But they mainly used Aang's design and stuff in the previews. That right there, we don't know if it's a full set or if it's going to be like the recent Marvel Secret Lair thing, which kind of pissed me off. Because we were told, all right, you're going to get a whole set on this date. No, we didn't get a whole set on that date. We got 5 tiny, like 5 card, 6 card things where it just, like, okay, Captain America set was
couldn't
just
even really
Cap.
make a whole deck with it itself.
Yeah, I mean, I made a guest starring deck with my Universes Beyond guys, okay? And it does not win, but every time I see Captain America on the same field as my Transformers guys, as Optimus Prime, I love it, okay? But yeah, so no new information aside from, it's expected to hit November 21st. We don't know what is coming with it. We don't know if it's going to be a full set or a secret lair or what's going on. But
they do say it is standard legal.
Yeah. Well, that's what has me thinking that it's probably going to be just a secret lair set, just because they're saying, all right, it's already standard legal, which secret lairs are supposed to be standard legal now. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's kind of weird. Let me see. Moving on to the world of comics. Now, normally we would cover this in the comic world, but we do news on Sundays, okay? We just give you the reviews. Plus, we do a lot on our reviews nowadays. Yeah. So the main Marvel universe, the 616, has announced that Gwen Stacy is coming back from the dead. Now, this is upsetting for me because there are constants in comics, okay? Uncle Ben 616. Uncle Ben stays dead, and so does Gwen Stacy. And they messed with the third rule, Bucky. Yes. They messed with him back in the early 2000s with the Winter Soldier. Like, those were the 3 rules. Uncle Ben, Bucky, and Gwen. They stay dead. All right? In the main universe, they stay dead. Friggin' Bucky, screwed up the whole thing. And now Gwen Stacy is coming back as the new Gwenpool. She's back from the dead, and she's pissed. And
the other question is, when is she coming back?
I believe it's March. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's March from the late. No, not March. May. I'm sorry, May.
I don't think you caught it.
No, I caught it. I just wasn't going to acknowledge it until. But I guess I have to say something.
That's so sad. People like to see, even if it doesn't land.
I don't care.
People like to know that their puns were at least heard. Acknowledgement.
I know, but damn it, I do that all the time. Let me see here. DC has announced a crossover between Harley Quinn and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Nothing else is known, but it's happening. Just like the DC crossover with Sonic the Hedgehog, which comes out at the end of March. Yes. And end of March, early April, something like that. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's good time.
I'm excited for all of it. All right. Let me see. Moving on to the random stuff. Kentucky Fried Chicken is moving its headquarters to Texas. I don't know why.
Yep, TFC.
All right. Are they going to be changing their name to TFC?
I don't.
Texas Fried Chicken.
Even if they, honestly, if they did, I'd feel like, dang, that's kind of messed up.
Right.
Like, why are you taking that away from Kentucky?
But at the same time, they're here. They need to assimilate.
Especially, but have you ever seen
businesses do? Okay.
Have you ever seen that meme though, where it is the geographical, United States, and it tells you how to find Kentucky. And if you look at it, there's one of the states looks like a top hat, looks like a chef hat. Yeah, the state below it is the chef's face, chef's body. The little panhandle extends, and then you go up, Kentucky. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
But it's not going to be there anymore.
That's the only other state I know how to get. I know how to find because of that. Well, besides for, the obvious, like Florida, California, yada yada, those easy ones.
Just go all the way to the right. But I don't know, man. I think it's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny, like them deciding
why
to
are they coming here?
Maybe
like is our oil better than Kentucky?
Maybe
is Kentucky getting crazy?
Maybe this is a way. Maybe this is a way that like certain people have been like, you know what? They lost Whataburger. We're gonna give him Kentucky. We're gonna give him.
So this is
KFC.
a pity. This is a pity headquarters removal.
Which I would be kind of sad because I'd still want Whataburger back. Just hasn't been the same. Hasn't been the
really
same since Chicago took them.
Yeah. Have you noticed that like it's a lot saltier now?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah. Salty state.
Yep.
The wind does not.
The wind. Did you hear that? The wind. Let me see. The Wayans family is going to be inducted into the NAACP Award Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. I don't know when the award show is going to take place or when the awards are going to be given. Mm-hmm. But honestly, man, they're pretty much like Hollywood royalty at this point. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They're deserving of any Hall of Fame in my mind.
Like I've yet to see anything bad.
Yeah.
From any of the Wayans. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
like
good.
even that cop movie, Cop Out. Wait, was that the one? The one where Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr.
Let's be cops.
Let's be cops. Like even that one was good.
Was Kevin James.
Oh, that's
with
right.
Bruce Willis.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Kevin James.
Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith. Yeah. With Bruce Willis and Terry.
But yeah, happy endings with Damon Wayans Jr. and then Major Payne.
Yes, Major Payne.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Scary Movies.
Little Man.
And apparently, Little Man. Forgot about that one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so like
one thing that recently too that I like pretty recently because it was last week for SNL's 50th anniversary. Mm-hmm. They did their Black Jeopardy sketch and Tracy Morgan and Eddie Murphy was on it, but Eddie Murphy was playing Tracy Morgan. If you look, like they have the,
I gotta go and watch that one.
They have the 7. They even have like that specific sketch up on YouTube, so like you could it's like 7 minutes, so you could watch that if you wanted. But they have a category where the question was all like, oh, what is this popular, famous live television show that aired on Saturdays? But and Tracy Morgan's character chimes in, but instead of saying what is SNL, because like the whole sketch, that whole little part of that sketch was like, oh, no one's guessing SNL. But the first thing he goes was, what is In Living Color?
Okay, a lot of people forget about In Living Color.
Uh-huh. So good.
I used to catch reruns back in the day, but it was so good.
The whole reason why I stand by it. I don't know if it was true or not, but I believe it. The whole reason why the NFL got Michael Jackson to play the Super Bowl halftime show was because the year before that, In Living Color did their special halftime episode. They still aired during the Super Bowl, but like it started at the halftime, and they even put a little clock at the bottom. So they were like, "Hey, here you go. This will let you know that." Do you have water? What? But In Living, so like In Living Color did that thing where they had the clock at the bottom, and like they told them like, all right, we're gonna continue the show, and they even did skits, like had skits all about football that time. Mm-hmm. And they were like, all right, yeah, once it hits 0, to go back. Halftime show's over. And the statistics and everything evidently went to where it was like, hey, the NFL actually lost like almost half of their viewers because they all went to go watch In Living Color. And then once In Living Color was done, they went back. And so, and the very next year after that, that's when they got Michael Jackson to perform, which I know, like right now, this past one, they're saying Kendrick, I think it's Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar is like, the most viewed one right now, but like Michael Jackson at the time still like he ended up getting the largest one, which even at the time, which even to me, because of the numbers, the way they did it, like at the time, America's population was like 600 million, and Michael Jackson got 350 million people to view it. So I'm like, I still think that's the biggest, but yeah, like that's how
adjusted for inflation.
But that's how big. That's why I always put like again, I guess stoking the fire that is the greatness of the Wayans is they got the NFL to be like, you know what, we can't lose that many people. We need we need Michael Jackson.
All right, huh? That's kind of funny. I did not know that.
Yeah, because I remember what, because like it was a little bit during like MTV's like transition from not showing music videos anymore, where they had In Living Color on there a lot. And yeah, I saw that episode where they were all like, oh yeah, there's this. And then it wasn't until years later that I saw that where someone was all like, again, it was like a rumor, like a theory that the person had, but they went through all the numbers and they had all the numbers laid out and they were like, yeah, it may not be official, but I believe this is why they got Michael Jackson the next year, because of In Living Color.
All right. Pretty cool little factoid. Let me see. Our last bit, totally random. Orcas are once again wearing dead salmon hats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first time in what, 37
years? Yeah.
Like, what? Nobody knew why, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here's my guess. New tie-in to a whatever Metal Gear Solid video game is coming out. Totally out there
Salmon
explanation,
orca.
but the salmon or the salmon wearing orcas, or the salmon wearing orcas. Yes, I said that right.
Orca salmon teaming up with Solid Snake.
Yep, exactly. Like it's going to be the biggest tie-in ever. Right now, why do I think it's Metal Gear Solid? Well, in Metal Gear Solid 5, you can wear a chicken. Yep. This has no bearing on anything whatsoever that we normally do. I just thought it was a cool little fact about the salmon's getting worn as hats again.
I know, wild. Orcas
are mean.
Wild.
Oh yeah,
they're.
Oh yeah. Fun little fact: we found out what all those the kraken tentacles are in ancient scrimshaw drawings and stuff.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's
whales.
It's whales.
Yeah,
it's whales. Not gonna tell you what, but it's whales.
Yeah, whales.
All right, guys.
Wild stuff.
I think that about does it for our geek news for this week. We're going to go ahead and get going. If you like the Ransom's Raving 2 Mad Men, go ahead and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.